There are moments that shatter you so completely. You wonder if you'll ever feel whole again. For me, it was one sentence from the woman I trusted most in the skies. This is all you can handle. My name doesn't matter. What matters is that I had fought my entire life to be here. I was the girl who used to stand on the rooftop of our tiny apartment building, watching planes disappear into the clouds, promising myself I would one day fly them. I worked double shifts, skipped meals, and cried through flight school when the numbers didn't add up. But première m'a dit. I earned my wings and landed a first officer position at Skyline Charter, the most elite private aviation company in the country. That's where I met Captain Elena Voss. She was everything I dreamed of becoming. 20 years of experience, calm voice on the radio. The kind of pilot who could land a jet in a hurricane and still smile at the passengers. She took me under her wing from day one. We flew together for months. She taught me how to read the wind, how to talk to air traffic control like I owned the sky. I looked up to her like a big sister. I thought she saw something special in me. Until that stormy Tuesday afternoon. We had just touched down after a tricky approach into a mountain airport. I had handled the landing perfectly. I knew I had. Heart still racing with pride. I turned to her in the cockpit and asked, "Captain, do you think I'm ready for the transatlantic route's next quarter? I've been studying the long-haul procedures every night." Elena leaned back in her seat, gave me that small, pitying smile I would never forget, and said, "Oh, sweetheart, this is all you can handle. Stick to the short hops. The big gun? They require real instinct. Leave those to the ones who can actually manage the pressure." Her words landed like turbulence I wasn't prepared for. I laughed it off in the moment, told myself she was just testing me. But deep down something. What I didn't know that day was that those 5 words were only the beginning of a betrayal that would nearly ground me forever. After that day, everything shifted. Eleanor's warmth disappeared like it had never existed. She started giving me the worst schedules. Red-eye flights with difficult clients. Routes that kept me away from home for days. She would correct me over the radio in front of the entire crew. Her voice sweet, but her words sharp enough to draw blood. "Relax, rookie. You're doing fine. For what you can handle." I tried to stay professional. I kept my head down and my performance flawless. But then the whispers started reaching me. A fellow first officer pulled me aside after a briefing and said, "Elena told the chief, you freeze under real pressure. She said, you're not command material." My stomach dropped. The woman who had once praised my landings was now, quietly, destroying my future. The real knife came during my annual flight review. I had prepared for weeks. I aced every simulator run, every emergency scenario. But when the results came back, I was denied promotion. The official reason? Not yet demonstrating the maturity required for captaincy. I knew who had written that note. I confronted her in the crew lounge after hours, voice trembling. "Why are you doing this?" I thought we were on the same team. Elena didn't even flinch. She sipped her coffee and said, "I'm protecting the company, honey. Some people just aren't built for more. This is all you can handle." Assez c'est payit. That night, I sat in my dark apartment, uniform still on, staring at my wings pinned to the wall. Tears streamed down my face until there were none left. I felt so small, so exposed, so completely broken. Every dream I had chased felt like a joke. Maybe she was right. Maybe the sky had never really been mine to claim. But pain has a way of forging steel if you let it. Instead of quitting, I used every ounce of that heartbreak as fuel. I woke up at 4 a.m. to run extra simulator sessions. I studied weather patterns and emergency procedures until the manuals felt like extensions of my own hands. Flumors à ligne secret. All while smiling through the humiliation at work. The doubt never left me completely, but a quiet fire began to burn beneath it. I didn't know it then, but that fire was about to light up the entire sky. It happened on the night of the biggest storm the coast had seen in 20 years. Skyline had been contracted for a high priority VIP medical evacuation, 3 critically ill passengers who needed to reach a specialist hospital across the country before dawn. Elena was assigned as captain of the lead jet. I was on standby as backup. The wind was howling at 90 knots when her voice crackled over the company frequency. Skyline 1 experiencing severe turbulence. Instruments fluctuating. Requesting immediate vector change. Her tone was off. For the first time ever, Captain Elena Voss sounded unsure. Control tower asked for confirmation. That's when I keyed my mic, heart pounding but voice steady as steel. This is Phoenix 2. I have visual on Skyline 1, taking lead position. Adjusting to new heading 270. Stand by for guidance. The call sign moment. My personal call sign, Phoenix, the 1. Elena had once rolled her eyes at in a briefing, calling it a little dramatic for a short-hop girl. Now, that same call sign was echoing through every headset in the control tower, every cockpit in the formation. For the next 43 minutes, I flew like the storm belonged to me. I talked Eleanor's crew through every wind shear, every altitude correction, every lightning strike that lit up the clouds around us. My instructions were calm, precise, life-saving. Passengers on both planes later said they never felt safer. When we finally broke through the clouds and touched down in clear skies, the entire tower erupted in applause. The radio went dead silent for 3 full seconds, everyone speechless. Later, in the debrief room, the chief played back the full audio. Everyone heard how Elena had ignored my earlier weather warnings. Everyone heard her dismissive tone from weeks ago, when I had flagged the exact conditions we faced that night. The recordings from our private conversations that a shocked colleague had kept as proof sealed it. Elena sat there, pale, staring at the table. For the first time, she had nothing to say. The company launched a full review. She was grounded indefinitely. I was promoted to captain on the spot, the youngest in Skyline history, and given the long-haul international routes. She swore I could never manage. I didn't gloat. I didn't need to. Watching her pack her flight bag in silence was enough. Today, when I strap into the captain's seat and hear Phoenix 1 cleared for takeoff, I feel something I never thought I would again: peace. Not because I destroyed her, but because I refused to let her destroy me. The lesson I carry with me into every sunrise above the clouds is simple. Never let someone else's small opinion clip your wings. Their words can wound you, but only you decide how high you fly. Risagnue. Burn brighté. And when the storm comes, and it always does, make sure your call sign is the one they remember long after the silence falls. This is all I can handle. No, darling. This was only the beginning.